We welcome you back here to Kingsport, Tennessee. Jason Steele ringside. We're ready for a very special announcement. We're joined here by SSW Commissioner Ken Bowles, Joe Wheeler, Nationwide Championship Wrestling Commissioner Stephen Taylor. Ken, let me ask you, what's this all about here tonight?
Well, you know, for the past 10 years, we at Southern States Wrestling have tried to be the very best that we can. We were the first to bring wrestling to Fun Fest here in Kingsport. We were the first to promote the Civic Auditorium for wrestling in 25 years and the first to present a top-rated local TV show. But before we get to the real big news, first thing first. Okay, Joe Wheeler is going to be my man over in North Carolina. We're starting to be seen on WHKY Channel 14 in Hickory, North Carolina. We're going to start presenting area events live there by Thanksgiving. And Joe is going to be promoting those matches in Carolina, and he'll also work as my assistant, my top lieutenant.
Thank you, Ken. I'd just like to say that I'm looking forward to lots of great announcements. I'm looking forward to this opportunity, and we're just going to make the best of it that we very possibly can for all the fans here in the area.
Okay, so much for that. Now, in the past 12 years, wrestling has taken a step that what I see is backward. I'm not happy with the way things have been going. They've made wrestling into a show and a damn soap opera, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm sure you folks are too. And the biggest thing that's bothered me is there's never been a true world champion. There are many men in the last decade that claim to be a world champion, but in reality, they've just been given the title by some wrestling company. A world champion is a champion that travels all over the world, defending his title against anybody that wants to step in the ring with him. And I'm proud to announce that the world of wrestling has a true world champion. I'm going to ask a gentleman that you know, that you've watched for the past 7 years on television. He was here for the Legends show that we had a while back, and he's done television. He's one of the best wrestling commentators in the world. I'd like to bring in David Penzer.
David Penzer. As Ken said, there are a lot of wrestlers who call themselves world champions all over the world. Many of these wrestlers are very credible world champions. Many of these credible world champions defend their championship belts night after night against some of the toughest competition in the world. But the difference is they can't just come down to a Kingsport, Tennessee, to a Hickory, North Carolina, to Kentucky, and defend the title against somebody who's deserving of challenging for the world heavyweight title. So, in the same vein as legends like Jack Briscoe, Harley Race, Ric Flair, a company called Main Event Championship Wrestling, along with thousands of promoters all over the world, decided they wanted to find a man that could be a true world heavyweight champion. They hold tournaments all over the world, qualifying tournaments, and the finals just a few weeks ago took place in Indiana. And I'm proud to bring out right now and introduce to you the man who will now be the Main Event Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, who will defend that title against regional champions all over the world. Anybody that's deserving, he'll be there to defend it. He's a man, he's a legend, a second-generation wrestler. He's a former AWA Heavyweight Champion, a two-time WWF Intercontinental Champion, and a former WCW United States Heavyweight Champion, the winner of the tournament and the new Main Event Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the great Curt Hennig. Curt Hennig. Curt Hennig, the Main Event Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Hi, Curt.
To start this off, for those that don't know me, I am Curt Hennig. And I've been in the wrestling business, second generation, for a long time. And I'd like the comments that I heard up here tonight and I'm here on the behalf of John Collins and me, Curt Hennig, a now multi-millionaire, to represent main event wrestling the way wrestling should be wrestled, not out of some book or some tape or some video that somebody watched, but from the heart, where wrestlers wrestle each other and none of this BS that I'm seeing. And you know what? I am going to take on, and I'm going to travel the world, and I'm going to defend this belt throughout the world. Why? Because I am the best. And that goes for all these hillbillies down here south that don't know about me. You better take a good look at something, because this is your one opportunity to see history made. Where are we again?
Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yeah, in Kingsport and throughout the South, that Curt Hennig is the man and always has been the main event and is going to represent the main event. And in the next 30 days, some lucky man in the southern mountains here is going to get a title match. Who that is right now, I don't know. I'm going to open up my contract for 30 days, and I'm going to defend this belt against a worthy opponent. I don't know if there is any. If there is, come out and stand up and let's see what you got. Because I'm the deal. I always have been the deal. Main event wrestling stands strong. Thank you very much. You're going to see a lot of Curt Hennig and this belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Curt Hennig, the main event championship wrestling heavyweight champion. This is obviously a very big deal, a very big situation. We'll bring in Stephen Taylor right now. Stephen, what does this mean not only for Southern States Wrestling, but for Nationwide Championship Wrestling as well?
Well, Jason, it means three things. It's going to bring more national coverage not only to our wrestlers, but our promotions. Secondly, it's going to make us move into bigger venues in the near future. And lastly, by signing world-renowned stars such as Curt Hennig, it's going to bring credibility to our wrestling and other promotions.
All right, Stephen Taylor and Ken Bowles, I know that you got some signings that you want to take care of at this point.
Yes, I do. I'd like to bring Mr. Hennig back out and sign him to an open contract. An open contract meaning he will wrestle whoever we designate, whenever we designate. Would you folks like to see him here in Kingsport? Let's hear it. Curt Hennig, if you will come back out and put your John Henry on this contract here, we'll make it official.
We've got the contract here. Southern States Wrestling Commissioner Ken Bowles ready to sign his name to it. Now awaiting Curt Hennig, the main event championship wrestling heavyweight champion, to come back and sign his name.
Taylor needs to sign it also for NCW. I knew you'd be here.
The open contract here for Curt Hennig.
You know, whatever happened to a handshake, I don't know. But if it means signing a contract, this is going to be 30 days. Is that what that says?
Yep.
30 days. Curt Hennig will defend champion, Smoky Mountain region. Yeah, I'll sign that. Where's sign? Oh, done.
Curt, it's a pleasure to have you as a member of Southern States Wrestling. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. The big signing, Curt Hennig, the main event championship wrestling heavyweight champion, signing a deal with Southern States Wrestling, Nationwide Championship Wrestling. Fans, this is a huge day in the history of Southern States Wrestling and Nationwide Championship.